And now finally we get this 1.0 ending. The alarm that had been ringing throughout the building suddenly falls silent.
メインフレームが制圧されたか。
落ち着いてる場合じゃないでしょ。
そうだな。急ごう。
大丈夫。早く行こ
う。この辺だな。
Our guiding forerunner, Nabu, suddenly stops.
ここに何があるの？
I survey our surroundings. There's nothing here but lights, a door, some sort of hole you'd expect to emit gas, and...
消火栓くらいしかありませんけど。
そうだ。ただし、秘密の消火栓なのだが。
Nabu opens the box and removes the hose. Then he touches the wall inside, and a touch panel appears.
確か今日は
Nabu's fingertips glide smoothly on top of the panel.
これは
The inside wall slides, revealing what appears to be a staircase leading up.
こんなところにこんなものがあったなんて。
管理コンピューターは完全にスタンドアローンだからネットからでは見つからない。
さあ、ここからみんな屋上へ。
Right as Dr. Aoi begins to ascend the stairs, gunfire. What? The fallen Dr. Aoi's face.
何よこれ。
A gunshot. In other words, Code has already infiltrated the rooftop, discovered the secret staircase, and ran into Dr. Aoi on his way up. And the bullet lodged itself straight into Dr. Aoi's head. Which means, we can't escape from here? Sakuya trembles as she holds on tight to Nabu.
大丈夫だ。お前は何としても助けてみせる。たとえ私の命が失われようと。
そんなこと言わないでお父さん。私はお父さんにもちゃんと生きていてほしい。もう誰かが死ぬのは嫌だよ。
サクヤ。
サクヤちゃん。
Ominous footsteps resound from the other side of the staircase.
どこだ？探せ！
A loud voice and the sound of footsteps can be heard from beyond the corridor. It's Code's active force sent to pursue us. I reach the holster on my right hip to take out my ladysmith, but I only have 3 bullets left. The bullet I shot lodges itself into a Code member's stomach. I guess after I've killed once, my finger no longer freezes on the trigger. Kosuke also keeps Code in check. Nabu also downed some enemies with a gun he stole from one of the many felled Code members. However,
いたぞ！続け！一体どれだけいるんだ？
the AUG's clear plastic magazine reveals that only 5 or 6 stun bullets remain. It'll be tough to keep up the fight.
もう少しだというのに。
後ろに下がるんだ。右に曲がる角がある。そこから逃げるぞ。
了解。
わかりました。
うわー！
We advance little by little, so as not to expose ourselves to the enemy. I glance to the right. I see. Looks like we'll be fine to escape soon.
よし。全員右へ。
We all somehow manage to escape and advance to a new hall. But it's too early to relax. Right as we turn the curve, Code starts rushing in from the other side. In their hands are pistols that prevent network interference, which they aim at the double.
ある！危ない！
Equus jumps in front of the 2.
うわっ！
Equus slowly falls. A red stain spreads on the floor. Equus sacrificed himself to take the bullets for the double.
サミ、ユミ、無事か。
From the force of blood loss alone, you could tell that Equus is beyond help.
よかった。三日蔵の時は見てただけで何もできなかったかな。
Equus brings up the corner of his lips ever so slightly and closes his eyes for all eternity.
私たちを助けてくれても、あんたがいなくちゃ意味ないじゃない。
こんなはずでは。
Nabu covers Sakuya and returns fire. He picks up the fallen enemy's gun, the same murderous tool that spilled Equus's blood, but survival takes priority over appearance and emotion.
くそ。こんなところで死ぬわけにはいかんというのに。
全くよね。
Nabu and I frantically return fire in revenge for Equus, but we're already running low on ammo. When the next wave of enemies arrives,
お父さん、怖いよ。
大丈夫だ。大丈夫だ。サクヤ。
at the very least, we should save L and R and Sakuya as well. But how?
だったら、もう、家に来てもらうしか。
The tearful R makes an astounding proposition.
ヒーに？
なんだと？ヒーを呼べるのか？
なんであんなのに頼るのよ。そんなたわごと言ってる暇があったらネットの防御を固めてよね。
She's probably right. After all, it was he that put L in a life or death situation before.
でもヒーは死にかけてたユミとお父さんを引き合わせてくれたもん。悪い人だったらそんなことしないもん。だったらなんであんたを助けてお父さんは見殺しにしたのよ。
Now that I hear their arguments, I finally understand their standpoints. The differences in L and R's beliefs in he stem from the differences in their experiences.
それはきっと何か事情があったんだよ。
I reflexively grasped my rosary. What did One-sama say when she gave this rosary to me? It was right before Babylon came to ruin.
もう私には必要なくなったから。
After One-sama left, my pillar of support was her rosary. What reason could she have had to give me such an important thing? I don't need this anymore. What could she have meant? Did One-sama perhaps intend for me to do something in her stead? One-sama. If that's the case, then what should I do now? I tightly grasped the rosary hanging at my chest one more time. I should. Okay, I saw it in the, where was it? Route C? I'm gonna do the wrong thing first. Hold on to it. No, after all, this is the precious rosary that One-sama entrusted to me. No matter how dire the circumstances get, this is the last thing I can ever give up. Besides, even if this allows us to call on he, if he turns on us, then that'll be the end of everything. At the very least, I don't have the innocence to fully believe in he like R does. This means life to me. But in my moment of hesitation...
玉切れか。こんなところで朽ちるとはな。
Nabu smiles a calm, wry smile.
お願いだから。
Mayumi dedicates herself to sending messages to he that have no way to reach him.
リーダー、あれ、助けて。エル、このままじゃ私エル。
By the time I rush over, her voice has already disappeared from the network.
エル、しっかりして。
The glass marbles that make up her vacant eyes no longer see. Elle's mind has been fully consumed by viruses and disappeared, rendering her real space body nothing more than a living corpse.
どうして来てくれな。
I turned around upon hearing something fall over and realized it was R. A small red dot marks her forehead. She no longer breathes. Why did it come to this?
Checkmate.
When I look up, the black luster of a sinister gun is right in front of my face. So, what was that? Bad End 5, Rosary, okay. But no, we need to pass on the Rosary to R. That's right, it may be impossible for me, but since he's saved R in the past, he might answer her call and tear down this crisis.
ちょっと来て、ハル。
Apprehensive of what I'm about to tell her, R walks this way with a somewhat frightened gait.
リーダー、これは。
I smile to alleviate R's bewilderment at the sudden proposition and hang the rosary around her neck.
このロザリオの中には、ありとあらゆるネットの技術が詰め込まれているわ。
Really?
でもこれ、リーダーの大切なものじゃ。私の役目は終わったの。あとは、あなたがロザリオ所有者として役目を果たしなさい。リーダー。ほらほら、そんな泣きそうな顔しないで。今からすることがあるんでしょ。
R thinks about it for a while, but quickly understands the meaning behind my words. Finally, she nods with vigorous force.
はい。ユミのお姉様。
R takes the key hidden inside the rosary and sets it into her biocomputer. Then she clasps her hands and offers up a prayer to the heavens.
お願い！ここに来て！そしてユミたちを助けて！
But at that moment, Code begins their attack anew. Over in NetSpace, viruses appear in superior size and number.
ある！一人じゃ手が回らない！こっちを手伝ってよ！
With L fighting in cyberspace, Nabu and I are forced to fight an uphill battle in real space, and behind us shivers Sakuya.
こんなの違う。私はこんなこと。
Mayumi, hurry! R! Mayumi falls at the sound of a single gunshot, shot by an enemy, but not down for the count. Mayumi can do nothing but writhe as she applies pressure to her left eye with her hand, which is now soaked in blood.
しっかりして！お願い！助かって！
Sakuya turns pale and rushes over to R in an attempt to apply at least some sort of first aid. Nabu goes with her. And at that very moment, the lights redden to a dark crimson once again. Has the mainframe been freed? No, that's not it. It's been completely hijacked by something. And then... lightning strikes, space distorts, and the visages of certain someones appear.
あれは、ヒーとレムちゃん。それに。まさか、私？
He and the other two appear to oppose Code as they ready their guns and prepare for war. Does this mean he really came to save us? He raises his hand to the ceiling, and when he does, a barrier suddenly falls.
Nabu!
L and I become separated from R, Nabu, and his daughter. What does this mean? Why would he do this? Suddenly, the codebreakers begin to engage in friendly fire. Elsewhere, the code members in another area grab at their own throats and writhe in pain without any obvious signs as to why. Their faces fade to white. Their movements fade to stillness. What's going... Huh? What's that sound? Why is it getting hard to breathe? It's like a gas leak or... Wait.
ガス？私たちもあのコードたちと同じように窒息するっていうの？
Exactly. At this rate, we'll welcome a calming death. In that case, we just have to stop the gas from the network and... 403 forbidden.
ねえ！誰か開けてよ！助けて！なんで？どうしてネットを掌握できないの？
My head feels heavy. My chest hurts. But if I pass out here...
助けて！コウスケ！ヒータ！
Mika cut down by Enlil. Kosuke shot down protecting the double. I can't let their deaths be for naught. I must save the double, Nabu and his daughter.
助けて！ユミ！
R. If R told him to, maybe she could get he to stop this rampage. Mayumi can do nothing but apply pressure to her eye and squirm around on the floor. She's in no position to hold back he. Even Masumi's desperate pleas for outside help end when she finally passes out. Her last word was the name of he, whom she had hated until the very end. In what light did those eyes see the stoic he before they closed for good? Next to he stands another me, a doppelganger, a being whose appearance means certain death. I see. Me too. My sight gradually hazes over. Sakuya weeps as she frantically pounds on the clear barrier wall, just like Masumi was until just now. Is gas flowing over there as well? Is everyone going to die like this? Clawing at their throats and suffocating to death alongside friend and enemy alike?
お姉様。
Inside my hazy head, I see Onesama's gentle smile. In the end, I wanted to see Onesama one last time. Well, darn. The moon waxes, and before long starts to be dyed crimson. The sun, the earth, the moon. And thus three axes overlap as one. It's the time of awakening. Mount E, clear conditions assembled. Oh. I just had to stop and listen to that. It's the first time we've gotten music we haven't heard before on the title screen. So, okay, let's continue our search for fragments, as I like to call them.